I am so excited to be here today with Merrissa. We have been connected online for a while, and whenever I started talking about the B word, healing one boundary at a time, virtual summit, she raised her hand to say, yes, I'd like to be one of the presenters. And so we're going to just do a little chat today. I'm going to let her introduce herself, say how she helps in the world, give a little bit of your background, Merrissa, and then we'll talk just a little bit about the summit, what's coming up, and maybe just a little rumble session about boundaries, just to give them a taste of what the summit could be. So take it away for just a couple minutes, Merrissa.
Oh, hello, everybody. My name is Merrissa Williams. I am a conscious motherhood coach, and I work with overwhelmed moms, typically working moms, who are dealing with work-life balance, who want to find more calm and peace in their lives, who want to strengthen their connection with their children. And I help them bring that into life, into their lives in a way that fits for them with their schedule, that doesn't add on more to their lives.
Yeah, that's
But
so good. And we were
yeah.
talking before we hit record, and I have a 33-year-old daughter that has two kids, 6 and 12-year-old. And I'm like, find Merrissa, find Merrissa, Marissa. Because I'm following all your stuff and it helps me. And I'm not in that season of life, but those moments of reflection just pulls you back to the fact that why are you here? Why do you do all the things? Right.
Mhm.
And so I love how you teach. I love how you show up. And every time I see something pop up with your face on it, it just makes me smile. And so
Oh.
I'm super excited to have you as part of this summit. And I know one of the things that I teach is that it's so important to know who you are, and then you can start to create boundaries, right?
Mhm.
Because most women don't create boundaries because they don't know who they are. And so
Mhm.
once they start to do that, then because they don't know what boundaries they would create when what matters to them. And so as speaking to specifically the working mamas, do you have just a thought or something to share around just something, a little tip to get them excited about coming to the B word, healing one boundary at a time summit?
Yeah. I want to share a little practice that keeps coming to mind is going into your womb space. And what that means is just bringing your awareness down into your womb space. You can place one hand there and one hand on your heart and just take a moment to connect there. Because you can usually feel when you need to place a boundary. You can feel it in your body. You might feel a little bit of tightness. You might feel a little bit of restriction. And so just taking a few moments to connect to those spots of your body, your womb, and your heart. That's like where your feminine essence is. And then asking yourself, do I need to set a boundary here? What do I need from the situation? Do I need to say something here? What are the words that I need to say? What are the actions that I need to take? And you have to trust what comes to your mind. So that's why taking those few moments to really let yourself get centered, come to yourself. And it
Yeah.
ties right into what you were saying. You need to know yourself. So you're going to the core of who you are and then asking from that place of calm and stillness. Because in that moment, you might be all over the place in your mind. You might be all over the place in you feeling in your body.
100%.
Yeah. So you always have to get to that space of calm before you take the next step in order to get the best result for you and everyone around you. I know before I learned boundaries, I would get anxious. I would get really anxious and my words wouldn't come out right. I might get that anxiousness might turn into anger. Um, so my words just weren't coming out right. I wasn't getting my needs met because I didn't know how to communicate. But just taking that simple practice to connect with yourself before you say anything, before you set the boundary, it's going to help you out.
Yeah, totally.
And you can also write down just one more thing. You could also write down like what comes to mind first, if that helps you get your thoughts together.
So you write down before or after you ground?
Before. Oh, after you've grounded and then write down what comes up for you so you don't forget and so it's easier for you to communicate it.
Yes. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm all about writing down so you don't forget.
Yeah,
And so
me
just
too.
taking that moment, and for me, then putting my hands there and just my body just softens. Like I felt it
Mhm.
happen. And it's so interesting because before I started my healing journey, I never did anything internally. Like I was shut down. I couldn't have hard conversations. Like didn't feel, didn't learn to feel till I was 44 years old. And now I'm trying to imagine me in a place where I couldn't feel. It was just like, how did that even, how, how is that possible? And
Amen.
so, and going internally because my brain was um, so mean to myself. I like to say attacked me. I was personally dealing with self-hate. And now to go from that to creating a life I love is like truly remarkable. But one of the best benefits for me personally is to be able to do this thing to
Mm,
where I can actually go in and listen to myself and trust myself and be okay with just me,
right.
be okay with just me. And that is such a beautiful thing. And that comes with boundaries. So, ladies, like, there's going to be a link below. If you want to get registered, it's completely free to come to the B Word Healing One Boundary at a Time virtual summit. There will be a VIP upgrade once you get signed up and in the space that you'll get to know about. It's not required, but I will tell you it is the best VIP option I've ever done. And I'm so stinking excited. So if you're able to, you're going to want the VIP. But if not, just come in, get settled, and be ready. July 7th is when we start. And we're starting to promote now in June. So we want everybody in and ready to go. And I am so excited. We have just over 30 women that are going to come together, share their heart and their passion for how they show up in the world. And we're all going to get to learn how we can heal one boundary at a time. Merrissa, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up today?
Just one thing, that boundary is an act of self-love. So just keeping that in mind. It's not you against anyone else. It's just you loving you, giving love
Yeah,
to yourself.
that's so true. Yeah, it is an act of self love. All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see you at the summit.
me too. Thank you so
Bye bye.
much. Bye.